Good morning. This is the PLT overview for the week of October 31st through November 4th of the year 2022. Here are some announcements. Our graduation rate for the Manhattan High School class of 2022 is 91%. The state will report our MHS building 5136 MHS USD 383 graduation rate as 87%. But when we remove Job Corps and MBA, it increases to 91%. A big thanks to the team of people who helped clean up our KSTE DGSR report and cleaned up our graduation rate. That group is Aaron Spreer, Dustin Dunt, Sandra Fager, Larry Myers, and Todd Bryant. Thank you all for all of that work. Tech notes. Apple released an update this week for all of their platforms, 3 of which we have in our district: tvOS, iPadOS, and of course macOS. The most current version as of 10/24 are tvOS version 16.1, iPadOS version 16.1, and macOS version 13.0 Bin 2. If a student's iPad is becoming glitchy or apps aren't working right, please have them make sure their iPad software is updated and/or update apps on the Moodle Manager. This also applies to teachers' devices. Make sure that your device is up to date as well. KNEA information from Lisa Heller. Our local has the privilege of electing 12 of our members to represent our local association at the Kansas Coordinating Council and the KNEA Representative Assembly. The Kansas Coordinating Council is held one Saturday at each end of January or beginning of February, either in Manhattan or Junction City. The KNEA Representative Assembly will be April 22nd to 23rd in Topeka. This is a great way to see how KNEA works. We will vote on our representatives the first part of November. If you're interested in becoming a representative, please complete this form. Also, please take a few minutes to complete the following form to help determine membership involvement and to organize association committees and members for a couple of district committees. Next, this is a reminder to licensed staff who are planning to resign or retire at the end of the 2022-2023 school year. If you are wanting to receive the advance notice stipend of $500, Human Resources needs your written resignation letter no later than Friday, November 4th of 2022. You can send it to me, Drew M, at usd383.org. To see more information, see Drew Montgomery's email. On November 2nd, we will be giving the Kansas Community That Cares survey to sophomores and seniors. Also, juniors will be taking the Work Keys assessment. Make sure to review Mr. Dorst and Kari Hume's emails and read the Do Not Survey list. There will be a department meeting after school on November 2nd. There will be a faculty meeting on Monday, November 7th at 3:30 p.m. via Zoom, and on Tuesday, November 8th at 7 a.m. in the MHS West Little Theater. Finally, there will be a PD Day on November 21st. Please look for details in future PLTs. This week's tasks and trainings. Monday PLT is School Safety Week information. So make sure if you're on overload or extra quarter of duty that you look at that and know all of the Safety Week information. There's no calendar yet for that week, but we have information as to what to do. On Tuesday, for advisory prep, each grade level has a different lesson. Remember, we'll be doing a lot of assessments that day, so make sure that you look at that. And then Friday, we will be learning about transfer learning extended writing application tools. Next, in advisory, freshmen this week will be talking about GPAs and mindfulness. Juniors are taking the Work Keys assessment. Sophomores and seniors will be taking the Kansas Community That Cares survey. One note about that survey is that it does take a while to do that survey, so make sure that your students do finish it before they go anywhere. So that's the main thing about the Kansas Community That Cares survey. The students will need to sit through the duration of it and finish that survey. All right, questions and answers. Do we have any explanation for the dramatic downward trend in substance abuse over the last 20 years? And our answer, we'll forward that question to Kari Humes and share the answer in PLT. Thanks for asking. Next, what happens to PLT attendance I turn in? The answer, attendance is completed for accountability. If there's a pattern of habitual absences, that is a concern that needs to be tended to. Our schedule allows for PLT on our 7-period days, and we want to keep that. Number 3, will pep rallies ever be scheduled during school hours again, or is the evening pep rally now a permanent change? The answer, the problem is we don't have a facility that houses almost 2,000 students, but we are exploring alternatives as we understand this is a need. Number 4, can we treat our safety drills and procedures like CPR training and spend time getting recertified each year? Clarification of secure campus. What do we do with students who are out at the start of secure campus? If a student claims an emergency, what's the procedure? Here are some answers. We are completing the training this week in preparation for Safety Week. Mr. Myers also reviewed all of that information at the beginning of the school year during the first faculty meeting. Information has been shared with students in advisory slides. Students who are out of the classroom at the start of secure campus drill should return to their classroom as soon as possible. The official policy says, monitor who enters the classroom. In a lockdown, you should not allow anyone to enter the classroom. Number 5, can SmartPass be restricted from cell phones? First, if you're having trouble with this, have the students make the pass on their iPad, leave it on their desk, and turn the iPad to face the teacher. If you have a student that has skipped class and violated the pass, please fill out a behavior referral on Infinite Campus. Number 6, we received the student IDs almost 2 weeks ago and handed them out to our advisory students. We did not get any lanyards though. Will students be informed somehow that they should be wearing their IDs? The answer is when or if students are required to wear the IDs has not been decided. Information will be shared with staff first, and should this become policy. Teachers and student feedback will be needed before anything is implemented. Number 7, a question about badges. Will we be reporting badges for those students who have lost theirs? If a student needs a badge, we are requiring a badge printer and the materials required to do this. Number 8, at some point, could teachers that have 10 or more years of service be allowed to take another class, like a high school class, instead of PLT for a semester? My second question, what is the purpose of the lanyards and badges? We feel that if we change policies like hats and hoodies so that there were fewer negative interactions with students, but requiring a lanyard to be worn would bring that negative engagement back. In answer to the first question, that sounds like a fun idea, and we will investigate the idea and the logistics and such. To the second question, thank you for the feedback. At this point, there is no requirement for student IDs, but that was great feedback. Number 9, which doors should students use during lunch when exiting or re-entering the building? Students should use doors 1 and 9. Number 10, can we get feedback from other area schools that have instituted a no cell phone policy? Junction City was one example noted. The answer, yes. Mr. Dorse will share feedback from his upcoming Centennial League Administrator meeting. And number 11, is advisory still for a grade? We're not giving advisory grades at this point. This will be revisited later. The staff will be informed in advance. Comments. Thank you, Jenny. Number 2, our group had a discussion about student badges, which then led to cell phone policies. Some staff members shared that their experiences at other schools with student badges. We decided to wait to ask questions about the student badges. Number 3, teachers, please make sure students are using future passes during flex time instead of now passes. Number 4, we would love to have SmartPass disabled on phones. Students will leave the room with a SmartPass and use their phone to end the pass while they're still out of the room. This would prevent that. Number 5, thank you to Jenny Carr for her helpful tips during PLT this week. Number 6, how can we make these awesome strategies integrate with a strong focus on standards? More about this second semester. And finally, the Tell Me Something Good section. Odd story, but I was in Rezac men's bathroom washing my hands when I observed a student picking up all of the paper towels that other people had missed the trash can with. It's almost November. Thank you, Kari Humes, for the information. We appreciate your time and efforts. We loved watching the video. Thanks for the great lesson. Number 4. School play last weekend was a lot of fun. Nice job, kids. And finally, number 5. Great job, marching band. And thank you, football players and coaches, for attending. Thank you for all you do. Have a great week. And remember, just like the marching band and the football players, be each other's cheerleaders and support system and encourage everyone all week. We need all the support we can get.